Okay, let's dive in. Imagine a family minivan that isn't just, practical, but actually feels smart, really comfortable, and just packed with modern tech.
Right.
That's pretty much what we're digging into today. The Honda Odyssey 2026.
Hmm.
Our goal here, we're sifting through all the info. We've got insights from Shino, other predictions too, trying to pull out the really important
You
stuff.
get to the core of it.
Exactly. We want to help you figure out if this new Odyssey really is the smartest family minivan, understand its strengths, and maybe, crucially, its potential weaknesses too, so you get the whole picture.
A full story, warts and all.
So let's start with that first impression. The look. How does the 2026 Odyssey make its entrance?
Well, Honda's definitely gone for a more contemporary look. Sleeker lines.
Yeah, I see that. And they mention a distinctive front grille, sharp LED headlights. It looks modern.
It does. It really leans into that core idea. Practicality, comfort, and that Honda reliability everyone expects.
And who's it aimed at? I mean, obviously large families, people doing long trips.
For sure. It does particularly well in places like the Middle East, apparently, where
Yeah.
big, comfy vehicles for long drives are, like, super valued.
Makes sense. But really, that appeal for family life, it's pretty universal, right?
Absolutely. And what's interesting is how Honda's trying to make it look sophisticated.
Mm.
It's still clearly a family van, but it's got this updated feel.
Yeah, not just a refresh, but a bit of an image upgrade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Making something practical feel a bit more premium, more current, without losing what it is. It shows they want the minivan to stay relevant.
Okay, so the outside looks sharp. But for families, let's be honest, the inside is where it really counts, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. That's the heart of it.
So let's step inside. This spacious and refined design, what makes it good for big families?
Well, first off, it seats up to 8 people,
Mm-hmm.
and the seats are genuinely designed for comfort, like long-haul comfort.
Right, and the flexibility, that sounds like a big deal.
It really is. The rear seats, they don't just fold, they slide, and they can fold flat right into the floor.
Okay, that part folding flat into the floor, that's huge. Anyone who's tried wrestling flat pack furniture knows that pain.
Totally. It creates this massive, usable storage space.
Yeah.
And they mentioned the low floor, too, which helps with loading heavy or awkward stuff. Feels like they thought about the real-world use.
Yeah, the details matter there.
Definitely. And it makes you think, how does this flexibility actually help you day to day?
Good question.
Well, that focus on versatile seats and all that cargo room, it's clearly a response to how families actually live, right? Daily school runs, sports gear, camping trips,
Life's chaos, basically.
pretty much. It's about fitting everything in. And you see that thoughtfulness in the little things, too, like the smart storage spots in the doors and the console.
Nice. And it's not just space, right? It sounds pretty tech-heavy inside, too.
Yeah. Big touchscreen is standard. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the essentials.
Uh-huh. Advanced navigation and multiple charging ports. That's crucial.
Absolute peacekeepers on a road trip. You need ports for everyone these days. Keeps the devices charged, keeps the peace.
Huh. Peace treaties, basically. And they mention luxury touches, high-quality materials.
Yeah, they're trying to make it feel premium. So, nice materials, some plush accents, good upholstery,
Okay.
heating and ventilation available, too, on some trims.
Okay. Sounds pretty plush.
And that infotainment system, it's not just a nice-to-have anymore, is it? It's vital for keeping everyone sane on those long drives. Minimizes the "are we there yet" factor.
God bless infotainment. Okay, so looks, interior comfort, tech, check, check, check. What about driving it? What's under the hood?
All right, so the engine. It's a V6, 3.5 liters. Honda's sticking with that.
Powerful. Efficient.
It's pretty punchy. Delivers about 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. So, good power. And they say fuel efficient, though we'll get to the numbers.
Okay. And the transmission?
Advanced 10-speed automatic. Should be smooth shifting. It also has sequential shift control if you want that, and idle stop tech to save a bit of fuel when you're stopped.
Right, the idle stop. And the fuel economy numbers, what are they saying?
EPA estimates are around 19 city, 28 highway, 22 combined miles per gallon.
Which is okay for a V6 minivan, I guess?
It's respectable for its size and power, yeah.
Yeah.
Translates to roughly 8 city, 12 highway, 9.4 combined kilometers per liter.
Gotcha. And the ride quality. They promise quiet and composed.
They do. They talk about an advanced suspension system designed to cut down vibrations. Specifically, it uses McPherson struts up front,
Okay.
which is pretty common, good for packaging and steering feel, and then a multi-link independent setup in the rear.
And that multi-link rear, that's generally good for handling and comfort. Right?
Yeah.
Especially loaded up.
Exactly. It lets each rear wheel react more independently to bumps.
Mhm.
So smoother ride, more stability, better handling feel, Really important in a vehicle like this.
So connecting that back, the V6, while maybe not a hybrid like some competitors,
Yeah, that's a quick.
it focuses on solid performance.
Yeah.
And they use tech like VCM, variable cylinder management, to help with efficiency.
Correct. VCM shuts down some cylinders under light load to save fuel. So it's Honda's way of balancing that V6 power with trying to keep fuel consumption reasonable for the class.
Makes sense.
And that suspension, plus the electric power steering they use, it's all aimed at making it comfortable for passengers, but still somewhat engaging for the driver, which isn't always easy in a minivan.
True. And the top speed, just out of curiosity.
Estimated around 175, 180 kilometers per hour, so roughly 109, 112 miles per hour, definitely capable for highway cruising.
Okay, that's interesting about the V6 performance focus. But looking at the competition, isn't it a bit of a risk not offering a standard hybrid now?
That's a really good question.
I mean, Toyota Sienna's standard hybrid, Kia Carnival's got a hybrid option now, Chrysler has the plug-in. People really watch fuel costs.
It's definitely a strategic choice. Honda's likely banking on the known quantity of their V6, its power, its smoothness, its long-term reliability reputation, and the VCM is their nod to efficiency.
But it does put them in a different spot compared to rivals boasting like 35 milligram standard.
Absolutely. It puts the pressure on the other aspects of the Odyssey to shine. It forces you, as the buyer, to weigh that V6 driving feel against potentially significant fuel savings elsewhere. It's a trade-off.
A trade-off.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk safety. Obviously huge for families. What's the story here?
Honda Sensing Suite is standard. That's their package of driver aids.
Right. Collision mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise. The usual suspect.
Yep, all those. Forward collision warning, traffic sign recognition, even a safe exit assist.
Oh, what's that?
It warns you or even prevents the door from opening if it detects like a cyclist or a car coming up from behind when you're parked. Pretty clever.
Huh. Yeah, that is smart. So sounds comprehensive on the active safety front.
Very. And it performs well in some crash tests. NHTSA gave it a 5-star overall rating for front and side impacts. It even did better than the Sienna in some specific injury metrics in those tests.
Okay, that sounds great. But
Yeah.
there's a however, isn't there?
There is, and it's a significant one. While the front row protection is strong, the IIHS, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, updated their moderate overlap front crash test. And in that specific, tougher test, they rated the second row occupant protection as poor. They noted a risk of head injury for the person in the back seat in that scenario.
Wow. Okay. Poor from IAHS is not good,
No.
especially for a family hauler focused on, well, family.
Exactly. It creates this real contrast. You've got Honda's excellent active safety tech trying to prevent crashes and good front row protection.
Right.
But then this specific finding from IHS about the second row in a particular, albeit severe, type of crash, it highlights how crash testing is evolving and the challenges even for vehicles designed for safety.
So it forces you, the buyer, to think hard about priorities. Active prevention versus passive safety in certain crash types.
Precisely. It's not a simple safe or unsafe label anymore. It's more nuanced, and you have to weigh that IIHS result against the strong NHTSA scores and the comprehensive driver aids. It's a complex picture.
Definitely something to consider. Okay, so how does the Odyssey fit into the market? Who are its main rivals, and what's the price tag look like?
It's a tough crowd. You mentioned the Toyota Sienna standard hybrid, optional all-wheel drive, great MPG, big competitor.
Right.
Then there's the Chrysler Pacifica, known for being pretty luxurious, offers that V6 and a plug-in hybrid option with decent electric range.
The PHEV.
And the Kia Carnival, it's got that sporty, almost SUV-like look, usually comes in at an attractive price, powerful V6, and now offers a hybrid too.
Getting crowded with hybrids.
It really is. And looking ahead, you've got potential game changers, like the Hyundai Staria EV, aiming for good electric range in a van format.
An electric van. Interesting.
And of course, the VW ID. Buzz, retro cool, electric, decent range, good power. That's shaking things up too.
So lots of choices. Where does the Odyssey sit price-wise?
It starts around $42,795 for the base EXL trim.
Yeah.
Then it goes up, copping out at about $51,695 for the Elite trim, plus shipping, which adds another $450 or so.
So not exactly cheap, kind of premium pricing.
It's definitely positioned towards the higher end of the segment, yeah. Especially when you factor in that it doesn't offer a standard hybrid or AWD like some rivals do at similar or even lower price points.
And the trims, EXL, Sport L, Touring, Elite.
Yep, 4 main ones. EXL is the well-equipped base. Sport L's, sporty looks. Touring focuses more on tech and entertainment, like a rear screen. And Elite is the top dog with all the luxury features. Heated, ventilated seats, premium audio, sunroof.
Got it. And colors. Any options there?
Yeah, a decent range. Platinum white pearl, crystal black pearl, radiant red metallic pearl.
Mm.
Usual suspects, allowing for some personalization.
Okay, so thinking about that pricing and the competition,
Wow.
what's the value proposition here? What's the argument for the Odyssey at that price?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? For you as a buyer, it hinges on valuing the Odyssey's specific strengths. That smooth V6, the incredibly flexible and well-thought-out interior, Honda's reputation for reliability, and the comprehensive sensing suite.
But you're paying a premium for those, potentially, over rivals offering better fuel economy or AWD.
Potentially, yes. The different trims let you pick your features and budget to some extent, but you really need to cross-shop carefully and see what matters most to you. Fuel savings, AWD, specific features, or that traditional Honda feel.
And manufacturing, where is it built?
Primarily Lincoln, Alabama for the U.S. market. Also Guangzhou, China for international markets. Key bits like the engine and transmission are mostly U.S. sourced, which speaks to their supply chain.
Right. Before we wrap, maybe worth touching on its history. The Odyssey's been around a while.
It has. First launched back in 1994. It's gone through 5 generations, constantly adding features, ABS early on, navigation, fancy climate control, adaptive cruise later, even hybrid experiments in the past.
So this 2026 model is building on a long legacy of trying to figure out what families need in a minivan.
Exactly. It's a story of continuous refinement, trying to keep up with changing needs and tech.
Okay, so let's try and sum it up. The good stuff, the benefits of the 2026 Odyssey.
Definitely the spacious, really comfortable cabin. That flexibility is a huge plus.
Advanced safety features via Honda Sensing, powerful V6 engine, if that's what you value.
Right. Modern infotainment system, generally excellent ride quality, especially on smoother roads, and super easy cargo loading.
Okay, and the downsides, the drawbacks.
Price is relatively high, as we discussed. Some might find the third row space a bit tight for adults.
Fuel consumption isn't class-leading, especially against hybrids.
Correct. The suspension, while good on highways, might feel a bit firm on rough roads. No all-wheel drive option is a miss for some buyers.
And we have to mention that IIHS poor rating for the second row in that specific test again. That's a significant point.
Absolutely cannot be overlooked. So connecting it all, the 2026 Odyssey looks like a strong commitment to the classic minivan virtues, space, comfort, reliability, but updated with modern tech and design.
Yeah, reviews seem to praise the move towards a more luxurious, smarter interior that really caters to families.
They do. But the market is changing fast. Hybrids, EVs, they're putting pressure on traditional players like the Odyssey. It has to balance its proven formula with these new demands. It's a real balancing act for Honda right now.
So we've covered a lot here on the Honda Odyssey 2026. The sleek look, that super flexible inside space, the V6 power, the safety tech, both the good and the concerning, and where it fits or tries to fit in a really competitive market.
We've seen its strengths in comfort and tech, for sure, but also flagged things like the price and that specific safety test result.
So thinking about all that, what stands out to you, our listener? Is this next-gen Odyssey the ultimate family road tripper? Or do those competitors, especially the electrified ones, leave you wanting something different?
Yeah, it raises a bigger question, maybe. In a world kind of obsessed with SUVs, does the 2026 Odyssey make a strong enough case that the minivan, with its unmatched practicality and these new features, is still the smartest choice for families?
Or is it fighting an uphill battle, destined to be a niche player despite the upgrades?
It challenges us, really, to think about what cool or smart even means for a family car today. Is it efficiency, space, tech, safety ratings? It's complex.
Lots to think about. Keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and we'll be right here ready to deep dive into whatever sparks your curiosity next time.